quick video about situation going on in Nevada, where I'm sure most of you know already that I do not really have a very strong respect for the Supreme Court of the United States because it's become an activist organization. They have abandoned the virtues of being impartial constitutionalists. They don't interpret the Constitution, and their right to judicial review is a fucking farce. The judicial review process already happened when our elected officials made a decision that we put there. Having judicial review under the judiciary branch is largely a farce. It's a power that the Supreme Court gave itself, if you actually know the history of it. Well, in any case, today, Chief Justice John Roberts signs off on the Nevada church crackdown. The John Roberts and the liberals of the Supreme Court have rejected an emergency application. So they haven't made a ruling, but they've rejected an application from Calvary Chapel, Dayton Valley, asking the High Court to halt an order that limits the number of people who can attend church. It was condemned. This decision was strongly condemned by the conservatives on the High Court, saying, "There is no world in which the Constitution permits Nevada to favor Caesar's Palace over Calvary Chapel." That's from Justice Neil Gorsuch. Now, the reason why this is such a big deal is because it's not consistent. The governor has allowed casinos and bars to operate at 50%. Now, if you know anything about these bars and casinos, they are fucking massive. They're huge. These things can house thousands of people at a time. A casino working at 50% of capacity may as well be working at 100% in terms of you being in close proximity to other human beings. But churches must limit their attendance to 50 people. That's fucking outrageous. Now, hang on. Let's consider this for a second. You're at a casino. You're at a bar. Glasses are being passed around. Cards are being shuffled and dealt out. The amount of human contact that comes at a casino is just as or significantly higher than the contact overall in a church. The church, being optimistic, the most human contact you might get is a collection plate, honestly. So this order is nonsensical. It doesn't make any sense. In May, the Chief Justice sided with the court's liberals and affirmed a similar attendance ban targeting churches in California. No surprise there. They didn't explain why they rejected the church's emergency application. Sam Alito has said that the Constitution guarantees the free exercise of religion. He wrote in his dissent on the Nevada decision. It, however, says nothing about the freedom to play craps or blackjack, to feed tokens into a slot machine, or to engage in any other game of chance. Alito said a public health emergency does not give governors and other public officials carte blanche to disregard the Constitution for as long as the medical problem persists. The idea that allowing Calvary Chapel to admit 90 worshipers presents a greater public health risk than allowing casinos to operate at 50% capacity is hard to swallow, and the state's efforts to justify the discrimination are feeble. He couldn't be more right, because as I've just laid out before, this is blatant discrimination. And you don't have to be religious to see that. This is, it's... The Supreme Court is such a corrupt institution, and they're not even hiding it. There is no pretense of impartiality on our Supreme Court. And that's where we're at right now. And that's why I don't believe that they should be an unelected governing body that's unaccountable to the people. They don't deserve that privilege anymore. That's all I got for now, guys.